Hey guys, this is Galactic Marine 501 slash jexamwolfexia, and last time I showed you the unicorn display base, which by the way, it can move at this joint here and this joint up here. But now it's time to get into the real reason you'd buy this kit, not just for the head display base. That's the reason you would buy it for. That's the reason you would buy this version of this kit. But if you didn't give a crud about the head display base, you would just buy the normal version because it costs extra. But anyway, here's the unicorn mode Gundam. Now, first I'm going to do a size comparison, and actually I'm going to get my desk for this, my lap desk, so you can see it. So I can stand them up. Here's the unicorn, and here's the destroy mode. It's alternate mode. And as you can see, the destroy mode is quite a bit taller. And also quite a bit bulkier than this guy. If I put him behind and move these guys to center, you could see that the width is quite a bit more too. Their feet are in exactly the same sort of position. And yeah. But I would have to say, if you're a fan of this guy, you should get both because they are very cool. The backpacks are different. Here's back shots of the both of them. Getting in a little closer. This one is... Okay, you know what? I'm going to put him away for now. Now, this guy can also hold the beam magnum. And he can also take the extra beam magnum clip on his back skirt. Actually, he can hold it better than the unicorn can, because he doesn't have that back skirt that has the open thrusters, like the Destroy does, which gets it quite close to the backpack. Sorry. But it is the same peg, I promise. On the back there. I just didn't peg it in properly. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, wait, I just noticed I was showing you the Unicorn Gundam, and the part that pops off literally all the time had popped off again. Now, here's another reason that's good with the 1 to 144th being two separate models. I can glue this freaking thing on, because it pops off all the time. These things. I have to say, if you're impartial to which Unicorn Gundam to get, like, I know most people prefer the Destroy. If you don't care which one, get this guy. He's not going to have as many issues because he's a lot easier. Like, the construction is a lot simpler. His knees still bend just about as far. His feet bend pretty well. The only thing that he can't do that the Unicorn can is the Baraka Beam Saber thing. He can't pull that off. They can only come out this far, but he can still use them. And actually, he can use them right out of the box better than the Unicorn Gundam in the Destroy mode, better than the Destroy can, because he actually comes with some pink beams, and I'm actually going to show those to you in a bit, but not right now, because... Oh, and these arm pieces are actually different. They're not the same, so that's the other reason. His main weapon, though, is the Hyper Launcher, which I did put the hand on in classic Prime 92 style. I find that she's the only one that does it that way, puts the hand on prior. And be careful, just like the Destroy mode, these little guards on the insides of the wrists will pop off if you're not careful. Well, they'll pop off even if you are careful, but you'll lose them if you're not. So, just a word of warning to you. But then you can pop in the Hyper Bazooka, or just normal bazooka. I'm not sure if it's a Hyper Bazooka or not. Okay, and that's starting to unsandwich. But anyway, he can get it over his arm pretty darn well. Like so. Here, I'm going to get it over his shoulder. There we go. and I have to say it looks pretty good. But the Hyper Bazooka can also turn into stored mode, and I'll show that now. You gotta take it out of the hand. Oh, and by the way, it's pegged into this hand. There's a peg on the bazooka, which means that if you wanted to have the unicorn, either one, with both weapons, then you could not do that. Sorry, I'm blanking again today. But, yeah. So what you do to transform it, I showed you the transformation yesterday when I showed you the horn on it, that I cut the horn, the little back piece of the horn off. I wanted to show you that yesterday because I didn't think that I'd remember today. But because I made a video, I remembered it. Kind of ironic, but whatever. But what you do to transform it is you pull this off completely, and you can't. And this back part is actually fixed to it, which is actually supposed to go into the part. So you gotta pull in an extra back part that's just an open, that's just a little piece, and then you stick that into there, which is kind of stupid because it means that you're always gonna have a back part laying around, whichever mode you put it into. But in order to condense the bazooka, you pull this front part out, you pull this little barrel out, this piece here, throw that off to the side, then you just slot it back together. And here's the bazooka in the condensed form, which it still looks good, I have to say. I mean, I could still see him using this. It reminds me actually now a little of the Hyakushiki, with his shorter bazooka than was considered normal, which was really hard for him to use, to hold. I've messed around with the Hyakushiki model. My friend has one. He let me play around with it a bit. Don't worry, I didn't break it. I'm talking about his model, not that click. But, yeah. Anyway, and it can store on the back, just like the Beam Magnum. Which brings me to something else interesting. If I really wanted to store this on the back, or while he's holding the bazooka, this is more likely, by the way, I could store this on the back, the Beam Magnum. This is likely the way I'm going to do it. Having this guy have the two guns, and then have the unicorn with all four beam sabers. But, then again, these beams are actually a light pink instead of the traditional standard pink, which, if I ever display them both, I'm going to give these to the unicorn, because the traditional pink is darker. And the reason being, like, I can say, oh yeah, the Psycho Frame makes the beam sabers more powerful somehow. Or some story like that may not be canonical. Maybe I may just have called something there. I actually don't think the beam sabers are a different color. Then again, I don't remember this guy using the beam sabers in the show. Because, I mean, and in the video games, in unicorn mode, he mostly uses, like, kicks and stuff. But, hey, I mean, he also uses the guns for long range, but, yeah. And I just thought of something. This guy's beam saber is starting to remind me of the Overflag. Where, the beam saber, if this didn't have that bulge on it, it would go straight through his hand. Which, the Overflags did that. Their beam chopsticks, their GN chopsticks did that. But yeah. And there's the beam saber, which is not the last accessory. I forgot about one really important accessory. The shield. The shield does have the folded up wings in there, which is cool. They are a separate part. And just for comparison, I'll bring in the open shield. The open shield seems to be a better shield, considering that it's much longer and has a much wider radius. I can see you protecting more with the destroy mode shield. I mean, it would be cool to have, like, if this guy were about to get hit with a bazooka, to have him be able to just transform the shield and block it, that would be awesome. But sadly, he cannot do that, I don't think. But he can also use he has the same clip. If you want to see more about that, look at my other Unicorn Gundam review. And he also has this clip to clip it into the back. Exact same two clips, because the A plate is the same. But anyway, he also comes with this accessory. It's an extra clip for the bazooka. No, this is not the clip that you take out to condense the bazooka. Here's that clip. You'll be able to see the difference. It's got the end piece on there, and the two little parts that hook it on the actual one. But it does have some nice detail there on the back with the shells. And it can clip into either back skirt of this guy here. And I'll clip it into this one, because when I'm going to do it, I'm going to have it like this. When I display this guy, I'm going to have him like this, with both the Beam Magnum and the bazooka cartridge on his back, which is cool. I have to say that's really cool. Oh, and actually, if you really wanted to, this cartridge here, the one with the excess part on it, could not be stored on the back. Wow. Oh, they actually made it a tad bit wider than it should be. So yeah. I guess that's kinda that's not really disappointing. But yeah. I have final thoughts. If you can only buy one, and if you can only buy one and your view is like unbiased towards Unicorn or Destroy mode, I would go Unicorn, because you're not going to have as much prospect of things falling off. It's still a very interesting build. If you can, I would get both, and also if you can, I would get both at the same time, or relatively close to the same time, like I did. I mean, I haven't had the Unicorn for a month or so. I've had the Unicorn for a month or so now. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but about that. And yeah. So the Unicorn, very good kit. The Unicorn, very good kit. The Unicorn Destroy, very good kit. Now, here they are together one last time. This means that I'm gonna need to get a Rizal now. I've got all the main Gundams, the main suits, the Sinanju and both forms of the Unicorn. Still need the Kshatriya, but she's gonna come when I find her on sale. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and I am wearing money pajama pants, so don't point that out. Don't leave a comment that says at 3-20, at 3, whatever that thing is, colon 23 seconds, there's money pajama pants. Yes, I know there's money pajama pants. That's because I am wearing money pajama pants. If you have an issue with that, I'll film these reviews in my underwear. No, I will not. That would be wrong. That would be wrong on so many levels. I'm sorry I even said that. This has been... Wow, I think I may have just gotten more off track than I ever have in one of these before. This has been Galactic Marine 501/jexamwolfexia, and what was I even reviewing this time?